This week on the Push Pull Loads podcast, we talk TikTok, Reels, dentists, and what is the definitive best 3 Christmas dinner sides. 3, 2, 1. Look at you, sitting pretty in tier 2, Daniel.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Loads podcast with myself, Zamik.
And me, Tom Hall. It's kind of up.
Yeah, we're like one of the only counties in the south, I think, to be in tier 2. Although it's
Mean
Cornwall's still in tier 1.
Cornwall's still tier 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to move into Cornwall. I've decided.
Let's go there.
It's coming though. We're all going to be in tier 3 in January, so it doesn't really make a difference, does it?
Mate, tier 3's better, mate. We've heard it's better. Bigger
I heard
number.
it's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it also means that technically you'll actually have more freedoms then from the 23rd to 27th. So actually, you should enjoy them more. And actually, people probably will. Won't
yeah.
they? They're just going to get mad. It's great.
Yeah, I'm mad for it. Yeah. Is it? I keep getting confused. It's the 23rd to the 27th, yeah?
Apparently. I don't know.
Is that those are the days there I'm allowed to, I'm going to travel back. I'm going to travel back to my parents, which are also in tier 3. So
Yeah.
parts of Essex are in. Yeah.
Yeah, because people definitely are only going to go with 3 households in a bubble. They definitely are. they definitely will.
They definitely are. I mean, it's not that so what's going to happen at my parents is, so I'm going to go back and obviously my parents are already there. And then my sisters, I have 2 sisters, are both going to go back we're going to take turns in going inside. So that's what we'll do, Daniel.
And you'll still social
heard any
distance,
differently.
and you'll be like, you'll
Correct.
eat outside, and
We'll just be like, all right, I will go inside. We'll go in the stables. So and we'll just be fine. We'll be fine.
It's fine. Everyone's going to stick to the rules like that. It's fine. It's not a problem.
Yeah. So we did the bit of the Last Supper today-ish because we were meant to have a little, I don't know, jolly, a little drink out and about with a few of the PTs. So it's quite a diminished group. There's only about 9 of us. Marylebone, just Happy New Year, Christmas, because obviously Christmas staff parties not a thing this year. So we were going to do that. And then obviously that's got canned because we moved to tier 3, so we couldn't go anywhere. Because we would actually be allowed to go somewhere for a business lunch because we all work for the same company. We can call it business. It's absolutely fun. So we did Last Hurrah. But we also went to, it was interesting today. It's quite sad. So we had to go, we didn't have to go. We went to, where'd I go? Flatiron, thank you. Flatiron, the steak place in Marylebone. There's a few others. It's in Soho and Shoreditch and stuff in the city, I think, as well. But it's quite sad that they were like, yeah, you want free steak? Like, we have to use the produce. So, yep. Because obviously they don't know when they'll reopen, and they don't do takeaway steak or like Deliveroo steak, do you? Really, it probably doesn't travel very well, so it's quite sad. So we did that for lunch. We just paid for the sides. I gave them a tip because I was just like, this is insane. And then we went to Home Slice. Big old Home Slice.
Home Slice will deliver, surely.
Home Slice will deliver. They'll be all right. Yeah. So they were smashing it. You can just walk past and grab a slice. £4, but the slice is massive, isn't it? So, do love a Home Slice. One of the best pizza in London, easily.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I would like people to go to Japes and go if you like a bit of Chicago, real Chicago town, not the crap that you buy in the supermarket. Those they just got loads of microwaves and they just sell them piping hot.
Yeah, well,
no, Japes they do like proper deep dish and it's like. Oh, it's so good. It's like a big pie. Imagine like just getting a bowl of pizza and like the bowl bit is just like cheese and sauce. Oh, yeah. So good. But yeah, anyway, that's the Last Hurrah today, mate. So tier 3, here we come. Unfortunately, if anybody wants clarity, as we're also people of knowledge in the industry, in tier 3, you cannot do classes inside. You can do them outside. So as of Wednesday, the 16th, I believe, you cannot do classes outside.
But you can go shopping and do burpees for an hour whilst looking at clothes. So
correct. So I believe I was kind of giggling at what Third Space are going to do. Obviously, they're going to allow the class still to be bookable, and they're going to write up the plan or what you would have been doing in the mirror,
on the mirror.
And then you can kind of just follow it yourself.
Well, at least it's an option, I suppose. But
at least it's an option. I mean, if that's an option in your gym, do that. At least it will get people coming in at the same time. But if I was somebody, and I am somebody who could do this, I basically got everybody who had attended a class since we opened from lockdown, and I have put that in a list for some of the trainers. And guess who they're going to contact for personal training sessions to come in for promo packs, or possibly, because those people generally come to the gym. They're not scared about the COVID situation because they come to do classes anyway. They probably have income, maybe if they're at a gym like First Base, but maybe they don't.
Accountability.
And they need accountability to come in to see someone. So one of the trainers already picked up 2 clients, not from me. She'd have done that on the back of her own good, like from doing that. So there is a chance for personal trainers to get ahead, and maybe the class instructors. Obviously, I feel sad for the class instructors, but maybe if you just teach classes, maybe you have to actually do some personal training. I realize they're not the same qualifications. And yeah, you have to be a little bit personally. I think you upskill into a personal trainer, not a group instructor. I think the minutiae is a little bit different. I think there's definitely different skills, but yeah, I think. But then holding an audience is very hard, and some people can't do that. So I get that. I guess when we were doing like football coaching, and when we were leading like a whole squad, not whole squad, but your little groups or whatever, it's slightly different to working to one-to-one. I've always found one-to-one a little bit easier, but then I like shouting at lots of people as well. So either or, crack on. But yeah, I would contact those people doing classes who have done classes in the last. If you don't have a fitness manager, just ask them for that list, or literally go on the system yourself. There is one surefire way. I guarantee one of them will probably pick up and sign up for you.
Yep.
Boom. Business.
But Tom, I should probably be doing reels or video carousels to get more clients.
Not contact the people that are already in the pool of where you work. No. Who are already shown.
No. Just likes on Instagram work better. They work better as currency.
They've already shown an interest in fitness. They're already local to you. They already know you more than likely. So yeah, I would say those are the people that are far more likely to buy it.
Online, if you're an in-person PT online, you want to go online. 100%.
Yeah, interesting. But anyway, did you have a fun weekend?
No, I did not.
Oh, great. Thanks, man.
No, I was, Laura went to London, actually, funnily enough. And then...
wow, she messaged me, didn't she? Jesus.
Hang on. Well, she can't... Hang on, Tom. She can't socialise, mate. You know, it's the rules. You're not allowed to socialise, mate. So
I wouldn't want to see her anyway.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Sorry,
if she brought Isabel, then would have been right.
No, exactly. That's why I had a bad weekend, mate. Because I was on my own with Isabel and 2 dogs in the house, right? Nothing's open around here, and it was teeming down with rain the whole fucking weekend. And I was like, oh my god. So we didn't really do much, and then it was capped off by Isabel on Sunday nights telling me that I was boring. She was like, "You're so boring. I wish Mummy was here." I'm like, great. Thanks very much. I had a great weekend. But yeah, it was it was not great, to be honest, mate. But no, just to interrupt that, a notification just popped up on my from BBC News. More talks scheduled on UK's Christmas COVID rules. Bet you now.
Oh yeah,
they're going to cancel.
They're going to scrap it. They're going to cancel it. Yeah.
But people are still going to do it anyway. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're going to revise the rules. Of course they are.
I think they're just going to say, look, you can go and see one other family, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or just not even change the rules.
Yeah, maybe year tier 3.
It's just tier 3, just tier whatever tier when you're in that tier or whatever. But there's one of the. I said this to Laura, like, we haven't planned to do anything. We're just staying put. We just can't be bothered with the fucking aggro of it all. And if it means that if that means we're not in another lockdown in January, then fucking keep it as it is. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
genuinely.
It's strange, isn't it? Like, so I've got 2 sisters. One will be my parents, who obviously we're planning to all meet up, right? And spend maybe a day or 2 together. One of them is in tier 2, but both of the others are in tier 3. Like, and obviously I will be in tier 3. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Does that mean like everybody's round to the tier 2? Just like, everybody around yours. Let's go. Yeah. I don't even know the rules for that. Are you allowed indoors?
No, you can't. Tier 2, you can't. You can't do anything.
Tier 2.
No.
Oh,
No
really?
putting anything
Okay.
aside. Yeah.
Only
That's what I
tier one.
mean. It's like there's no tier 2 and tier 3. The difference is pubs. It's literally it. Like,
Pubs and restaurants, isn't it? Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
And you're not
I
allowed to
just
work
don't.
out together, which is great because I don't like working out with people anyway. So
Yeah, I don't do classes anyway because I've got a brain. So that's fine. But like, that's a joke, by the way. But yeah, so I just think it's one of those where I just like I said, I think I posted my video on Instagram last week. Was it? It was after this podcast because that's where we spoke about it, wasn't it? Where we spoke about the PTs, sort of saying like, if you really want it, you'd start now and all this sort of stuff. And I genuinely just believe like I think everyone's done. I think I've spoke to a lot of clients on my updates after that podcast, after that video and that week, and everyone's just mentally checked out. Everyone's done with it. It's just so much on and off restrictions. You're not allowed this, not allowed that. Well, I have anyway. I don't know how some other people, but I've just gone, I'm not fucking seeing anyone. I don't know if I can or can't. I'm not even going to fucking bother trying. It's just like, just fuck it off. And I think we all just need a bit of a break. And I see some of my other clients who post on Instagram regularly and stuff, and not in fitness and other jobs. And they're sort of saying, look, that their clients are cancelling meetings and no one's fucking bothering because it's like everyone's done. Everyone is done. Like people obviously are leaving. Like I suppose with London, if I lived in London and I had another home elsewhere in the country, or I had another home in abroad, I'd be fucking off. I'd be like, I'm not working anymore. I'm done. You just get out. So I think that a lot of things are starting to just slow down. Like we're supposed to be buying this house, and I can't get hold of my solicitor for love nor money. It's just like they've given up for the year. They've been like, we're done. And I think that everyone is going through the same thing with their fitness, with their nutrition, whatever it might be. And I think it's okay. I just think that people are so done with it all. And obviously, I think it's foolish to assume that at start 2021 and everything's gonna be okay again. It's not. But it's more that we'll have had a break, enough of a break from it all to kind of feel like, okay, we can go again for a little bit longer. Like let's just fucking get through to spring. Hopefully the vaccine's sorted by then, that more people have got it, and then it becomes a little bit easier to deal with. I don't think people are naive enough to believe that on January the 1st, 2021, that they're going to wake up and it's all sorted. It's more the hope that the hope that I have and the hope that's there is that we'll be rejuvenated from downtime, from time to just chill out. Even if you're not with your family, you'd rather be with your family and stuff. It's just sitting, watching mindless TV, eating food, catch up with people on FaceTime with your friends, and not having the stresses and the panics of work and all that sort of jazz, and being able to sleep properly and go out for longer walks and those things that we say we wanted to do now in lockdown, but we can't because work's there all the time. It seems as if people are starting to now go, actually, let's clock off 23rd of December till the 4th of Jan. Let's all just fucking leave it. Like, let's just leave it. And I think that's my hope anyway. Like I said, I'm not naive enough to think it's fine when Christmas has been and done. But I do think it's that mental energy and capacity will be somewhat regenerated enough to look at it and go, right, just get to spring. Just get to spring. That's all I'll say to myself.
Yeah, it's barbaric, isn't it? But we hope to come out the other side. But I mean, you had a fun weekend of Isabel, but I went to the dentist 3 times.
Oh my God, the worst place in the world I'd want to go.
The
worst thing is I really need to go as well.
I think I went Friday, Saturday, and Monday.
Freak.
So, well, okay, because I hadn't been for a while as well. Obviously, I've moved as well. So I've been trying to find because obviously I just wanted to check up. And finding an NHS dentist, I'm sorry, that is the most impossible job in the world. If you're a dentist,
you've just got to go private.
You've just it was magic. It was like, oh no, there's a dentist literally 5 minutes walk from my flat, right? And I was like, it's nice, it's pretty good, it's absolutely fine, it's got good reviews, good dentists. I was like, fine, I'll just go there. And then I was just like, so what's the NHS? You say you do NHS? You're like, yeah, 7-month wait. I was like, all right, okay. 7-month wait for an appointment, is there? Oh, good. And private? Yeah, do you want to do Friday? Oh, right. So in a couple of days, yeah? That's good. All right. And then they'll be like, then I was like, I wanted to go see an orthodontist for some stuff as well, just to inquire. And they're like, yeah, we haven't got a point until the new year. But then it rang me straight after. Oh, we got cancellation for tomorrow. You want to come in tomorrow? Yeah, it's cool. All right. Obviously praying for that. And they're like, oh yeah, and hygienist. Oh yeah, we can do that Monday. That's no worries. That NHS? Nah, we're looking for it next year at some point. I'm like, all right. So if I give you the £70 now. Absolutely fine. But if I take that away, I was like, fine, don't care. Let's go private. Let's get it all done. So yeah, it was like do a checkup. I went and did the hygienist, all that kind of stuff. Quite like the hygienist, like they where they like go through all your teeth and like just get everything all the plaque out and clean them. Like then you're like this is how they're meant to clean. And then she's like, yeah, you should be obviously flossing between every tooth every day. Obviously, that's going to take a little bit longer in your time. I was like, who is doing that? Like,
no one's doing that. That's who. Mate.
No one's doing that. She knows that no one's doing that, and I'm like, I was like, I brush them every day for at least 2 minutes. Is that all right? I was like, I've got a nice toothbrush. Yeah. It was interesting because it was just that I wanted to go to the orthodontist because obviously I'm doing a little bit more work on camera for PTC and stuff, and I always had an issue, not an issue, like mechanically, I don't know. For life, my teeth are fine, my jaw, blah blah blah. But I just got one incisor that sits slightly behind compared to another one on my top teeth. And it really annoys me. So it's always really annoyed me, and I just wanted to see whether I could get anything done. Yeah. So I might go get some Invisalign, Daniel.
Oh, very nice, Tom, eh?
I know.
Fucking out cost you. Jesus.
I know. Like, so I'm gonna go to a couple because I've heard some different quotes. Like, I was like, one of my clients, Sarah, she got hers done for like 2.5 grand. I got quoted 4 grand at this place, and I was like, 4 grand's a lot of money. I'm gonna go and see this person that Sarah has just suggested. I'll be like, basically, like, this is what this person set out. I was like, for Invisalign, can you do anything less than 4 grand? So yeah, that's for like the top and bottom.
3,950.
Yeah, I see you're willing to pay 4 grand, but I was like, fucking hell. So yeah, that might be a few installments. It's just that'd be like, right, well, I won't get a new car then. I guess I'll keep my car for a while.
Well, I've got a tooth at the back that's been filled, and it's fine. Like, but I've started noticing that I can feel like I don't know, like with my tongue, I can feel that the gap, there's not a gap there, but you can feel that it's not quite how it used to be, and it's like almost like you've lost a bit more of your tooth, or whatever. And I just hate. I once, when I was playing football at uni, I played in goal once as a sub because our goalkeeper got injured, and I got kneed in the jaw, and like I chipped one of my teeth at the back. And oh my god, like I hate teeth. Like, so I had to get that looked at, and since then I've never been back to the dentists because I keep my teeth quite clean. They look all right. There's nothing real wrong with them. But I just don't want to go. And then, you know, when you leave it longer and longer, you're like, fuck, I know that I'm going to go.
Well, I had the same. I haven't been in like say a couple of years, and I was like, I just fuck it, I bite the bullet. I need to do everything. It's like, let's go. It's
just the drilling, man. I got sensitive teeth from the drilling.
The tops are bad, and the bottom's fine, but the top, you're like, oh, go away. But
teeth
also
and eyes. So
I'm people like so I've been pretty good actually. So my teeth are usually pretty healthy as well, and I think I've got it in 2 weeks. That'll be my first ever filling. I've never had one before.
Wow, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so everybody was like, yeah, that's really good. I was like, is it? I don't know, because I've never had one, so I don't really. I was like, oh, okay, cool. They're like, yeah, we just need that little one, the one you thought it needed a filling. And I was like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
thought that was all right. And then they were like, oh, so you don't eat that much like sugary sweets and stuff like that? And I was like,
no.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, let me have.
Also, mine is also the diet drinks and stuff, because obviously they're not supposed to be great for you.
Correct. She said that about like to me as well, and I was like, really? I was like, do they do? I was like, they haven't got any sugar in, so that's fine, right?
Yeah, it's the acid in it, isn't it? It's not great, acid, but
yeah.
But yeah, I know I need to go. And I keep saying to myself, yeah, once I'm settled in the house and I'm like that, and I'm like, my house that I'm buying is like round the corner from here. It's like, it'd be no different. Like my dentist would be the same. You know? Like, I'm just like making excuses, like, oh no, I can't afford it yet. I'll wait. And but I know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go for a checkup. They go, yeah, you need this. I'm not gonna rebook it. And I'll just be like, okay, cheers, thanks, bye. Don't bring that drill anywhere near my face. Thank you very much. It's like when I can't deal with teeth is my thing, because I've got sensitive teeth and eyes. I don't care if someone had to like butcher my arm or like needles, fine. Anything like that I'm cool with, like stitches or whatever, I'm fine. No problems at all. Fucking eyes and teeth, mate. Oh my God. Again, ears, I'd be fine if someone played around my ear, fine. Hair, don't worry about that. Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't do. I've got this thing about eyes. I just hate how delicate they are. I just can't I'm looking at my
they are
eyesight,
really
so I've never had to check.
Yeah, my eyes. I've always had mine checked because my sister has incredibly. She's like -8 and like -9.5 or something. She's basically like, you take her glasses off you, she cannot see. So my mum's always been quite dogmatic about like, you need to go, like you must go get your eyes checked out. I'm fine. I've got 20/20 vision, so absolutely fine. But I can't hear for shit. So, which brings me on to actually, I've noticed that has your I don't know whether you listen to a lot of stuff through your headphones on your phone. Your iPhone keep turning your fucking headphones down?
No.
I've seen this a few times.
I saw a post about it the other day though.
They're like, it's too loud. Keep turning it down. They keep like turning my stuff down. I'm really annoyed, and they don't know. You must be able to. What is really annoying?
Yeah, look,
they don't turn off
reduce loud sounds. It's an option. Reduce loud sounds off.
Right. Well, why are they doing it? So do they realise I'm actually about 80 to 90% deaf in my left ear? I was like, maybe I need it loud. So because it's like that's not going to happen. I'm more than adequately sufficient in my right ear. You can speak anything like. But if you want to say something bad to me, speak to my left side. So, it's one with my earring in.
I remember that.
I was playing around. I was playing around with the iPhone stuff. There's loads of weird like stuff I didn't even realize it tracked. Scary, isn't it? Because I was really looking at like. Scary.
It's like that's the whole joke with the whole vaccine and being microchipped, and everyone's like, "You got your fucking phone in your pocket." What are you on about?
Yeah. Obviously, I knew about all the stuff, but headphone audio levels. Apparently, I've been 162% of what should be of what's normal.
Sounds about right for your left ear, anyway.
Exactly. Mobility. So it knows how much I'm using both feet on the ground, how big my stride length is, what walking speed I've been doing today, whether I have walking asymmetry. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't mind. I'm like, it doesn't matter. The calorie burn today, which is quite good. Quite like that. Yeah. It was. It keeps crashing though, doesn't it? It's like, no.
I'm thinking of getting. So I'm part of the new the upgrade program where you get a new iPhone every year from Apple.
Yeah.
And I'm considering going for the mini, the 12 mini. I've currently got the 11 Pro, but I quite like smaller phones. I've never had one of the Max ones. You know, they do the Pro Max ones.
Yeah.
I've never had one of them.
Basically like an iPad.
And the mini one, it's like, I think it's, I don't know how much smaller it is, but I think it's back to like almost the iPhone 5 size. Remember that one? Let me see if I've got it. I've still got an old one in here somewhere. Sure, I kept it. Maybe I did.
I kept a 5 or 5C or something like that. 5S. I think I kept a 5S.
Or was it a 4? You know the one that had the metal around the outside of it? It was a nice phone.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the design they've gone back to.
Yeah.
It's the design they've gone back to as well, which I quite like. This one. It was that one. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. I think I had the 5S version of that. Yeah.
I think that was the last one that had the old charger on it.
Yeah.
But I think it's that size. Yeah, I think it's around that sort of size. I used to really like that size. So I'm going back to it. I think I'm going to go to that one. We'll see.
You'll see. Just go back to literally that one that you have in your hand.
I mean, I could do. I mean, I don't think it'd work with 5G these days. Do you know what I mean? I remember when this one was released, everyone used to say that the metal bit was the signal. I used to remember that. You can't hold the metal bit because it
can't hold the metal because it's
of course it does, mate. Of course.
We'll talk about that next week on the conspiracy theories of the year. Yeah. So we're going to do police next year. We got some good. We got a lot of stuff.
Conspiracy theory of the year. That's got to be up there.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's going to happen? Right, we should talk some fitness-based things this week as well. I think there was one thing I just wanted to cover. It's just something for what you said, the kind of new year. I guess people can start thinking about what goals in terms of goal setting and how to. They should be starting to review basically or reassess probably now where your client is or maybe where they're at a little bit. So it'll be talking about like baseline and fitness goals, not so much like, I think everybody realizes like, oh, you take your weight, you can do your in-body scans, you can do that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about physical goals
So, like,
or whatever.
1 rep,
baselines.
so 1 rep max testing, most burpees in a
Correct.
minute testing, press ups in a minute testing.
That
all that,
one,
yeah.
yeah. All that stuff, yeah, all the classics. The squat, how many squats body weight squats you can do in a minute. How long you can stand on a Bosu ball on one leg with your eyes closed, rubbing your belly, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. As long as we're on the same
That's
page.
the one. Yeah. Good. All right. Well, those are some of the exercises you can select, but we can do the ones that we might advise. So I set them out as baselines. And I just wanted to go through a few basically, and obviously these are all going to be relative to your clients, and basically just getting baselines for clients would be a great idea, so they don't go backwards. Would be a fantastic thing them not to do, so they know where they started and what they can do further. Okay, so obviously the big ones are push-ups and pull-ups in terms of that's calisthenics, right? That's what all calisthenics is. So whether they're able to do pull-up would be a great thing to be able to do if they can't. Progress into that, especially for the ladies. I think that's just a massive goal that they're trying to do anyway. So that's one of those. And push-ups again. I don't like it when I have a female client and they cannot do a push-up. So it's always something that I expect. If they're training with me at least twice a week, I expect them to be able to do within 6 months of training with me, kind of no matter what. Less than like 70, 80 years old, and like zero.
There's more reason to do it. They might fall over.
So stuff like that would be a good baseline for guys. I'm going to go in like 10 to 15 repetitions of a decent push-up. I would be happy. Pull-ups 3, easy. Be lovely. The 2 lower body exercises, Daniel, what do you think I would have selected? Actually, I've got 3 lower body exercises, really. So it was my kind of testing ones or kind of baselines.
Thinking out loud, I would either do a body weight back squat, as in like the body weight on the bar back squat.
Okay. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
If you weighed 80 kilos, you can squat with 80 kilos. Would be one for.
Yeah.
Again, it's not what I think that's a target for females. I think for guys, maybe that could be. Yeah, I think you'd need to be at 5 reps or say for that, or something like that would be good. But you might do like how many reps of it you could do, good reps. You might do Bulgarians. Like I would use again body weight divided by like 4, maybe like a quarter of your body weight, overall weight maybe 10 each side would be good. I don't know. What would that be for me? 20 kilos. Yeah, you should be able to do that. No, in fact, try half your body weight in dumbbells, like 220s. Yeah, that'd be all right. I'm just making things up off the top of my head, just quickly thinking.
So
same with RDLs, probably body weight, like weight RDLs would be a pretty good one. But again, depends on how heavy they are, doesn't it? If they're really fat, then maybe not.
Yeah. Body weight's always a good measure to be relative, whatever, but you can kind of just have little standards. In terms of exercises, I always go with a split squat just because there's no mobility restrictions. The back squat, there tends to be. Usually there might be mobility restrictions that people can't get away from.
Nah, do it. Ask the grass, mate. You got to do it.
So the goblet split squat is probably the way to go. And then, I go for a third of your body weight. Third of your body weight, rep it out,
in between,
get like... 10, exactly, between. So you're almost there. Between like 10 to 15 reps is probably your baseline, is what I want to be able to see. And if they're not at that baseline, guess what? That becomes the target. Easy.
Yeah.
And then I would do trap bar deadlifting.
Of course.
Or kettlebell deadlifting, just because it's just an easier movement pattern. And then I would actually do broad jumps.
Oh God, you're such a sprinter. Shut up.
Because everybody should be able to do at least a little jump. Like, I don't care. I don't understand.
Disagree, mate. Disagree. 8-year-old clients don't need to be jumping around. Might as well do burpees. Might as well do burpees. That's a jump. That's a press up and a jump. So you do two
They
tests
can
in one.
jump. Trust me, they can jump. Like I've had a 75, 76-year-old client. I make him do broad jumps. I make him do burpees now.
But
I make him do jumps.
I bet he's like, no, I don't want to do
jumps and like
Make him
med ball stuff and all that kind of power. Because guess what? That's stuff that fucks off. That's the stuff that does not stick around. Strength does. Power does not. The ability to catch yourself does not. It fucks off big time. That's why people fall. Because they cannot eccentrically load well. That's what jumping does. So, and then I have the last two, which are 30 seconds and 1 mile. I do 30 seconds on either a verticlimber or a ski thing. And then it's basically just max distance because I just want you to blow out. And then the other one is also max distance. Well, not max distance. It's time. 1 mile on an assault bike.
You're a client of mine. You ain't doing that one. Don't worry about that.
1 mile on an assault bike because I'm nice and rounded. I want you to be an athlete. Obviously, I might pick this and be like, actually, you can do a little bit less or you can do a little bit more. But I think that's a nice little goal to do because I might just walk back and be like, I'll be back in 10 minutes. You can do that. And off you go. So I just like, obviously, those don't have to be baselines for everything, but they're also like working targets as you go along. I think they're important to have because I think people you fall into that trap of training into just nothingness. Or they're training for the like shit RMs, and you're like, no one cares. It's like, trust me, Betty doesn't 60 from Leeds doesn't care about 1 arm back squat, but she might remember what that split squat stuff is. So, and she's probably more likely than to be able to do that as well to a decent depth and decent quality. So let's not max out, but do those. It was like when I think I got a few people saying on the I did that split squat reel the other day. We'll rant about reels now, mate. And I just made it literally that simple. I was like, you could literally just do 4 sets of 10 at a load. Once you hit that, that's when you progress. On some exercises like split squats or reverse lunges, something like that, and then crack on. Then add a little bit of load. I was doing 40 kilos. All right, I'm going to keep it goblet. I go up to 42 or 44 kilos. I'll crack it down to 4 sets of 8 reps. If I can do those, I'll go 9 reps. If I do those, I'll do 10 reps. And that's the progression. And that'll be good as baselines as you're going through there. And you can crack them out. I think those would be good. If anybody, I think there should just be a thing at the start of your training. It literally is a session, almost of testing. But yeah, gives people something to work for, targets, etc. But reels.
Like you said on that, with that 410s though and stuff like that, it's just how simple training needs to be. I think that was that thing from that post. People just don't want to hear it. People want to know that there's like some protocol they're not doing or something like there's magic. And the reality is exactly that. Like I posted today.
I know. I posted that reel yesterday as well on I was doing some safety bar squats, just explained I was doing this because it's right in slap bang in the middle of a back squat and a front squat. I was like, that's why I'm doing it. Cool. And then I was like, to get powerful, I was like, I literally wrote 95% or 98% of people, this will make you more powerful. You don't have to worry about any other fucking bullshit. You can do slightly heavy squat into jumping as high as you can. And then one comment straight away was like, oh, you didn't lift your toes up properly in your counter movement jump. Missing the point of the post, mate. I just need to jump. That's all I'm doing. Intent to jump. That's all it needs to have to happen. Just right. I'm like, you didn't forcibly dorsiflex. I know, because I was just jumping. Guess what?
Yeah, I just think people just massively overthink that training nutrition in general, but I did my post today and it was like, oh, I did 10-8-6, I think, for majority of my body movements. And they were like, oh, so should you increase the load then as you do those reps? I was like, yeah. Should I also, you wouldn't keep the reps the same and then, so you wouldn't keep the weight the same and try and increase the reps. And I was like, well, yeah, you could do that as well. Both are fine. My way's not right. It's just the way I like to train. But realistically, I could have just used the same 3 sets of 10 and just use the same weight, and then next week try to add a bit more to one of them, and then the next week add them to another one of them. And it's just that whole thing of it's so simple and basic, but we like to confuse it all with that. But yeah, which brings me on to reels, which is confusing. Now that is confusing. Instagram Reels is very confusing. But yeah, fucking hell. Like you go on the explore page of Instagram, which I do occasionally because it's quite funny to see what sort of shit comes up there. And I get a nice mix of basketball and ridiculous gym shit. And it's always like that nice mix for me. So I always find it entertaining. And I can't help but think whoever made Reels did not design it to be made for people to sit there on a chair pointing at random bits of text on a screen to the beat of the music. That's not what they did it for. It's not why it was invented. And I just get like, I just think it's so boring. I'm like, is that how inventive we are? Do you know, like, and don't get me wrong, like obviously Reels isn't for me. It's not for my taste and for how I do things and my sort of content. But it's also not for people who are just going to sit there and go bing, bing like this at different things. And again, the content's always pretty shit as well. It's always just like supplements you don't need to worry about, and it's like it's just write it out. Like, and I get it, it's like you're trying to make it a bit more entertaining or whatever, or just follow the platform potentially because you think it's more organic reach and that's which it is and all that shit, right? I get it. But there's those. Then there's also the other one is the is like the change of costume one. Why? What the fuck is that all about?
I don't understand
like,
it.
Jumping up and down, like you're just jumping in different kit.
Yeah.
And what is that doing for anyone at all? Like new gym kit, new clothes. Great, well done. I've decided I'm going to download it.
Out.
Yeah, I've decided I'm going to download a how to do Reels guide because I have no fucking clue how to use it, and then I'm just going to do loads of spoof ones and just fuck around with it because it just annoys me. And the other one is when you see someone sitting there and they just do that and they go like that, and they kind of like throw the text on the screen like, well done. I don't know how you did that. How did you do that? Oh my gosh, I'm so like, I am 7 years old and I did wonder how that happened. It's like, come on. But then the other one, of course, is you get those Reels. And then on the other main thing on Explore page is you get these, no, this is not from Explore page. This is from sponsored posts. I'm getting this now. People are boosting their posts, putting money on them. And they're coming through on my thing. And I always stop at them because I'm like, who the fuck's this guy I follow? I'm like, unfollow this straight away. And it's always a sponsored post. I'm like, okay, I'm not following it, thank God. And it's like, this guy today was, I think he was a PT and he was also a footballer because he was wearing his football kit. So he wanted people to know that he was a footballer. He had his like initials on his kit. Played for like, I want to say Horsham, some like amateur, like, you know, like, but he was really proud wearing his kit when he was doing it. And he was doing these little shitty like split squat jumps, and it was called like cardio hit circuit or something. There was no hit involved. It was just shit, no intensity. And it was just this cardio circuit and a carousel. Do you know, like the ones where you flick on the next one? The next one was then he called it, and I shit you not, he called it the basketball, right? And what you do is you squat down, touch the floor, and then jump up and do a basketball shot with no basketball. Just like, and I was just sat there watching this like, fucking hell, is this what we've come to? Is this what content on Instagram has come to? And I posted Instagram and I was like, I just did a little shitty post because it made me laugh about like, I don't know what's worse, which one's worse, one of those. But they're the things that I see all the time on the Explore and on that. And I just think it's shit. And I think that we're better than that. Like we should be. And anyone listening to this probably is, and we are, and you know, but like the amount of people that are spending money on sponsored posts, and I'm like, what is your goal with that? I saw one today.
That's the thing, right?
It's like took a selfie, and it was like so we're into our 5th day of like Christmas challenges, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Why have you put money on this post? I don't know who you are. Like I don't there's no thought to it, you know. It's just throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks, and just the Reels thing is one.
It's a weird thing because if you're considering sponsored posts, you have to have a call to action. I was like, with a sponsored post, you're meant to be reaching people to click. I was like, you're paying for the click, or you're paying for something that's content that is like kind of searchable or clickable, or will get somebody to go onto your profile or to buy your thing or whatever. And like saying, yeah, we're on the day 15. Why didn't you do day 1? Why didn't you sponsor that post when you could have got people at day 1? Not day 15. Yeah. You've missed out most of the month. So why don't not join in now? I'm like, all right, okay. Or like you're sponsoring every single one, and then it's costing you quite a few doubloons. So yeah, that's an odd one, mate. I don't really understand. I'm gonna enjoy the spoof Reels. Maybe I'll do a few as well. Because
I just decided
I'll be off from doing PT next week. So
yeah, when I've got a bit of time, maybe over Christmas, I'll just piss around and just see if I can just fuck around with it. because
I'm gonna do
my
one
audience
about
might find that
jumping.
funny.
Do about jumping because I don't understand. I've been wanting to do like a little post on this before. It's the fitness jump. I don't understand it against the actual jump. So Daniel, when you jump, yeah, like usually, I mean, try and get a little bit more in the shot, right? But it's the arm action I don't get. So obviously, when you jump, usually your arms come up with you because everything's going up. I don't understand where this has come from. Is the fitness jump where the arms go down and we do this counter business where it's like, woo, we do this, don't we? We're like,
yeah, it's push
I
the
don't
air
get
away.
this one.
No,
They push it down.
Yeah,
like,
you push the air away. That's how it works.
When
do
it's
you not
like
know that, mate? Do you not know that? No, you need to educate yourself.
You're like, there's a reason why counter movement jumps work because you're flinging all your body weight up with you, not pushing it down, like and doing like a little. I don't know what are the things that do those? Seals. Seals clap.
Yeah.
Seals do that. They're like
seals do clap,
this,
Tom. Yeah.
They like clap behind their back, do a little seal jump. I don't understand it. But yeah, I'll post one of those. Like, where has this come from? I don't understand. I don't know where it's come from. Really annoys me. Those really annoy me. But anyway, you wanted to. We'll lastly finish off with Dan, as we're almost there. 1 week. 10 days. 10 days. Where's the elf on the shelf?
Elf on the shelf today is in our bathroom on the shower head.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, you have to get creative, mate. You're out of space.
In the toilet. Lie. What? Yeah, on your potty. Elf on the shelf. Just like have it like looking quizzical at Isabel. Like, leave me alone. Christmas dinner sides.
Yeah.
What? I mean, we can rank them. We can just discuss them, I guess. What is the family meat household? Who's cooking as well? It's gonna be you. I wouldn't let Laura do that.
Behave. Fucking hell. So yeah,
Laura will get her. She'll be like, "This is a big chicken." I'm like, "Great, yeah."
I'll be lucky if I got a chicken. Fucking hell, I don't mind anything else. We were looking at we're doing our food shop, our online food shop, obviously, because we're we're in Bath, and that's what you do in Bath, apparently. The Carlo man knows us by name now, so you know. But yeah, we're doing our online food shop for that, and we were looking at it going, right, so what do we want? And we were like, I want this, want that, and then there's a few things we couldn't like. We were like, I actually don't want that. We were like, because it's just us, we can actually have what we want. And I said, Yorkshire puddings, and she went, no, not Christmas dinner. And I was like, what? I was like, hang on. I was like, what? She's like, no, you don't have Yorkshire puddings for Christmas dinner. And I was like, why the fuck not? It's a big roast dinner, and you have Yorkshire puddings for roast dinner. I don't care if it's Christmas dinner. This is a big roast dinner. And then it was like, and then we got fucking into like, right, so do you have cauliflower cheese? Do you have any greens? Do you have broccoli? Do you have peas? And then it was like, the carrots need to be honey glazed, or do they need to be plain? Do you then have parsnips? Do you have 2 different types of stuffing or one? Do you have, obviously, pigs in blankets? I would have thrown out the door if she'd have said no to that. So that's so like this isn't like, I'm not talking the meat, which can be whatever you want. We're having duck this year because I don't like turkey, and I can choose what the fuck I want. So we're having duck, roast potatoes, and the pigs in blankets. They're a given. Those 3 things will be on anyone's plate at Christmas dinner: the roast potatoes, the meat, and the pigs and blankets. Unless you're Mike in Dubai, you can't eat pork. So that's that, right? They're going to be your main things. But then after that, it really is quite individual into what your family has and how you're brought up and all this sort of stuff. So like I was saying, right, if you had to pick 3 things to go with that, right? I appreciate you can obviously have more at Christmas dinner, right? I'm not saying you can't. But if you had to have 3 things to go with that, gravy's a given again. Gravy's a given. Don't worry about adding gravy to stuff because stuff gets dry. You can have 3 things with it. Out of all those things I just mentioned, there's probably more. Like bread sauce, not a fan, but that's a thing. What do you go with? What do you go with?
I mean, just as a note, where Dan said he doesn't really like turkey. The issue with this country and turkeys is you follow the instructions on the turkey that you're given, which is horseshit, right? And you need, if you want to actually have a turkey, because the issue is people say turkey is dry, correct? Because it's leaner meat, it's dry.
Yeah, it's a bit dry, but I'm also not a huge fan. But yeah,
I like it. But you also, if you want to actually have something, brine it for fuck's sake. so it's wet as hell. And also buy a meat thermometer, please. They're like £5. Go get one, because trust me, we had a turkey for Thanksgiving. It was like £11. So on the packaging, it said it was meant to be cooking for about 3.5 to 3 3/4 hours. We cooked it for 2.5 hours. That's it. It didn't need to be cooked anymore. It was perfect.
It's when you see the people waking up at like 4 a.m. on Christmas Day and putting it in for 12 hours. I'm like, what?
It's just like, what are you doing? That's going to be awful. Of course, it's going to be dry. It's been sitting in a desert for the whole day,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah, I'm just
no.
not a fan of turkey, to be honest. I've had nice turkey before, like recently,
like
and I
brine
still,
it. Do that.
my
If you don't want to
choice,
brine it, just
wouldn't do that.
chill out. Just don't do it for as long as what's said. Get it out. Ram a meat thermometer in it. Get the right temperature, because the meat thermometer will tell you what it's meant to be. That means it's cooked. And then when you get it out, wrap it in shit tons of foil and let it sit for 45 minutes. Let it chill out. It's like steak, right? You don't serve it straight away. You let it chill out for a bit, because it's got to rest. Otherwise, it will be tough. So yeah. Oh, it really winds me up when people are like, oh, it's so dry. I was like, because you don't have to cook it. You literally have no idea what you're doing. Because people do that with chicken as well, and they use the same packaging. Just buy a meat thermometer from Waitrose or Tesco or whatever. In that aisle, get the one with, it's literally got pictures of a fucking goose or chicken, a cow on it, and once the dial hits the chicken, probably going to be all right. Then crack on. It's nice and moist. But the 3 sides, right, this is where I come back with you. I agree with Laura. Yorkshire puddings are not for Christmas dinner.
Oh, but they're nice though. Like, I don't.
They're lovely. What's
the problem with them then? What's the problem with them then?
There's too much other stuff that you can go on the plate. So we wouldn't have them for like Thanksgiving dinner as well. So you're not having that. I mean, that's just a big fucking roast.
Yeah, but I don't know what Thanksgiving traditionally is like, because I know that's not just a roast dinner, is it? There's other American things.
That's like yams and green bean salad,
like
green bean casserole, and mashed potatoes and stuff like that. So obviously, are we giving roast potatoes as a given?
Yeah, roast potatoes, your meat choice, and the pigs and blankets are
all given, right? So I've started to take a fancy to bacon cooked roasted Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
So you get some like bacon lardons or whatever, or some pancetta if you really want. Smash them in the oven. You do it that way. They are so good. Even if you don't like Brussels sprouts are shit because you boil them. Oven them. Brilliant. Amazing. With some bacon. Oh, cooks in that fat. So good. All right. So that'll probably be number 1 around. I do like parsnips, but then I feel like that's too much like a potato. It's basically they're going to be jumped in together, aren't they? Like it's basically a fake potato.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you're annoyed when you got one, but now I quite like it.
Yeah, I think you could have carrot and parsnips together roasted.
Carrot and parsnips, correct. I would smash them together to get around that thing. So that's number 2. Now, and are you getting like cranberry sauce as a given? Something like that.
I'll take sauces as a given. I'll let you have that because you've still not really got. Well, I know. Go on, you carry on.
And then I would have some chestnut stuffing.
Ooh, controversial.
That's the proper stuffing.
Pork sausage meat. So yeah, so I would go similar. I'd probably go for actually all the same, but only pork sausage meat stuffing instead. The only thing I may change out of that is I may take out the Brussels for cauliflower cheese. I do like cauliflower cheese. It's very, very nice. But then you're missing out on things like, so then people I know have mashed potato as well as roast potatoes. Bit weird, that one, but they do have it.
But mashed potatoes is normal for Americans.
Yeah, and then you got peas as well. People would love their peas.
Yeah, I hate peas with a passion.
Some people have peas, and then you've got boiled carrots. Some people like their boiled carrots. They don't like the honey. They don't like roasted stuff.
That's fine, but you're still weird.
What else have we got? What else are we missing out on? There's something else I'm missing out. I'm sure there is. There's a big one. They're screaming at it now. They're screaming, aren't they? They're like, "You're a fucking idiot!" Screaming at it. Yeah.
So
I think stuffing is one of the ones. Like,
stuffing. I have been like an advocate for stuffing all year round. Definitely, stuffing should be all year round, all the time, always. But I guess I don't know what else.
So I mean, there's Yeah, I think we've covered most of them. Because obviously, like I said, we've got Yorkshire puddings. We don't think they're allowed, but I've just seen here a recipe for Christmas side dishes, Yorkshire puddings. So you're wrong there. What else have we got?
Side
Yeah,
dishes and trimmings,
sprouts,
yeah.
stuffing. Oh my god, that's what it is. That's what it is, and it's what I hate. I hate it, and it would never even come into my thought consideration. Red cabbage.
Red cabbage. I've just seen that as well.
Rid of that shit now. But again, I know people who absolutely love it. So that's just not for me, though. I just couldn't do that.
I think the other ones like cabbage, and then you've got like green beans as well. I've seen done. I don't mind that because a green bean casserole, if you don't know what that is, green bean casserole is great. That's like green beans and like this mushroom stuff with some other stuff in it. It's really nice, but it's not a Christmas dinner thing. I think I'd go, it's a slightly different stuffing we agree on. What else did I say? Parsnips and carrots, classics.
Yeah.
And whatever was last, can't remember. Stuffing is the way forward. Pigs and blankets rolls, still amazing. Had one today from Pret. Oh, the dream, mate. Absolute
I went
dream.
past Pret in Bath. I nearly went in to get the Christmas dinner sandwich, but didn't.
Christmas dinner sandwich. Classic.
It's good.
I do prefer the pigs and blankets roll is the way forward at the moment. Yeah, that is good. Yeah. That is
so
really
we ordered
good.
with our shop. We ordered like the pigs and blankets chipolatas, like the big ones. We weren't fucking around. We were like, there's no point. Let's just go all in. Get the big dogs.
Smash those.
I think I ordered like 2-3 packs of them because I was like,
because
Boxing Day.
they're great all year round again, so you don't want to leave them on the side. Exactly.
I wish they were a thing all year round. Like you could just have that. I mean, you can have.
It's like, hang on,
but it's different.
You can have it's all wrapped together. Yeah, the pigs in a blanket, like exactly.
Yeah.
And that, I guess we'll talk about that throughout the week. But yeah, next week, Pulleys got a load of stuff. Well, a load of people have already put their nominations in. Obviously, we'll go through them all ish. We'll put some more out this week. So I think I've done about 7 or 8 nomination categories. People have voted in. Remember, don't get pissed off. It's a panel of 2. It's only me and Dan. Doesn't really matter what you say. If I disagree with you, I'm going to call you a moron. If I agree with you, well done.
There you go. Simple as that.
It's a panel of 2. I think people, obviously, they get outraged at that. They're like, yeah, because of this. It's like, hang on, no. You're thinking this was a democracy. It's not a democracy.
Mistake.
It's like an absolute mistake. It's our names in the bio. That is end.
So big time now, Tom.
So that has to happen. Hey, any other business?
No, not from me.
No, not from me. All good. I hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody has the last kind of week of work, I'm guessing, for a lot of people. I officially break up as of now, recording this show, but I'll be actually working until the Friday. And then I'll probably work throughout PTC-wise. Not going to work at first base. I'll just come in and do some spoof reels. Yeah, I'm going to just jump into certain little classes, not classes because they're not there, do those little jumpy, shaky things. Yeah, wonderful.
That's what it's all about these days.
Wonderful. All right. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you for the Pulleys next week.
See you later.